Olá, olá, olá! Vamos lá, gente. Ainda dá tempo de participar do super sorteio que o Cambly está fazendo. Até o dia 19 de agosto você pode ir no linkzinho que eu coloquei aqui bonitinho, que dá direto lá no sorteio, e inscrever seu e-mail para ganhar 2 planos de adulto e 2 planos kids. Ou seja, você pode ganhar 4 planos de uma vez. E é muito bacana, vale muito a pena. Lembrando que o Cambly é uma plataforma de inglês online que só tem professores nativos da língua inglesa. Ou seja, muito, muito bom. E para você testar essa plataforma, é só colocar lá no cambly.com ou no aplicativo do Cambly no seu celular o nosso código, que é Inglês no Cru Podcast. Então você vai lá, testa, ok, gostei, depois volta, vai no sorteio e participa e tem muitas chances de ganhar quanto mais você compartilhar. Now, on with the show!
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. My name is Foster.
Why are you doing this?
Sometimes I don't know. Perhaps there are people that are listening for the first time.
Yeah, so welcome!
Yeah, we should probably say who we are. I'm Foster, this is Alexia.
Alexia, not Alexa. More and more people are calling me Alexa, and I don't like it, just to be clear.
Okay, now that is out of the way, yesterday we talked about Thai massages. It was weird, it was fun, but Alexia said the most important message about that episode is self-care, that you need to take a moment or take some time to really take care of yourself. And I imagine a lot of this comes from Alexia's obsession with Queer Eye.
I don't think it's only Queer Eye. I think that they make it really clear how important this is. But I think with the time, like when you are maturing,
Yeah?
when you are maturing,
Maturing.
maturing. When you are maturing, you kind of understand more your priorities, right?
Yeah, in that case, I would say you understand your priorities more. Or honestly, I would say you have a better idea about what your priorities are.
Okay, so you have a better idea how your
Yeah, you know what to prioritize in life. You know what's important in life. Something I always say in English to our students, but it's also important for native speakers and for me. When in doubt, keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
You can always say things in a super complicated and fancy way in English, and most of the time, that's a bad idea.
That's true. So, you understand what's important for you, and I think that once per week, I really do that for me. Either is staying home watching a silly movie, or is going outside and I don't know, walking around for 30 minutes, you know?
Yeah, okay, I gotcha. So just to clarify a little bit, Alexia, when you talk about self-care, what are we referring to? Just to give a little context.
For example, we work a lot, both of us, right? Our life, most of time, is working.
Life is work. Work is life.
Yes. So to have a self-care moment, what?
You can say that. Yeah. Sounds very, very Fab Five. It sounds like Jonathan is
here. Yes, honey. To really have a self-care moment is to stop everything around you and pay attention at you. So you can, for example, in my case, I could go to have my nails done.
Okay.
I could read my book for an hour. I could go and, I don't know, meet with friends, if that's a social life, you know? So I think it's like thinking of you first and then think about the rest of the things.
Okay. So I think this explained really well some of my difficulties in understanding kind of the role and the importance of self-care. Because on one hand, when I hear the word self-care or the compound word self-care, I immediately think of things like getting your nails done or getting a manicure or cutting your hair, which I did today. So a little bit of self-care for me today, but kind of these artificial things like, oh, go do something fun, go spend some money for you, which I know it can be, but that's like a very kind of stereotypical view that I have.
It depends. Think about, for example, you have nice clothes. You dress well, right? That's right. But a lot of people don't. And they don't like the way they look. They don't like themselves. They don't know how to like dress. And they need a 10 in their lives. But they don't have a 10, of course, because Queer Eye has to choose you. So,
Just to explain, Tan, Alexia is referring to Tan France, who is one of the main characters on Queer Eye on
Your favorite.
Netflix. I believe Tan is my favorite. But Alexia, okay, first of all, I think a lot of people, including my mother, would disagree that I dress well because I wear, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 shirts and literally 2 pairs of pants.
one shoes.
1 pair of
One
shoes.
pair of shoes.
If you're going to criticize my shoes, at least speak
I
proper
love
English.
Your shoes, but I do think that you can change sometimes.
Okay, so this is not about me. So I think we can make the division between like cosmetics, doing something good for you. That's one thing, but I would not consider reading a book, going on a walk, exercising,
Yes, it
meeting
is.
with friends. I don't consider that self-care. I just consider that life.
No, of course not. Self-care is going to the gym, taking care of your body is going to meet friends, to have some social life and not be at home every day, is going out with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, to have a nice meal, like let's go on a date, you know? Everything that it's out of your routine and it's not like normal, usual for you to do, and it's really lacking from your life is self-care. And also, self-care is like taking care of your face at night, putting up some creams and
Putting
on some creams and having your hair done and things like that.
Okay, so in your definition of self-care, you are including everything that is
makes
not
you
work.
happy. Yeah, that makes you happy.
Everything outside of work.
No, everything that makes you happy.
Okay. So, yeah, a huge disagreement there because if I'm talking to one of my friends, if I'm watching a movie, if I'm listening to a podcast, I don't consider that self-care. I'm always listening to a podcast. That doesn't mean I'm taking care of myself.
It's normal for you. It's usual for you. That's what I'm talking about.
So your definition of self-care is outside of work and unusual.
Things that you don't do on your routine because either you don't have time for it or you think it's not worth it or it's not a habit. And then you have to become as a habit for you because this is self-care. This is you taking care of yourself and of your mental health and your physical health and everything. So yeah, like to be honest, going to a doctor to take or do a checkup,
Yeah.
it's self-care.
I would say going to a doctor is the most literal form of self-care. That
Yeah.
is quite literally and physically taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this is a very, very important issue. I do think that people should probably take a moment every now and then to really do something that makes them happy. But in general, a lot of things related with self-care, number one, can be very expensive. Number two, most people do not have that luxury to say, this weekend I'm not going to work extra hours. I'm going to get a manicure.
Yeah, but they can use a weekend or your day off to do something for you.
I think that is a good point.
Yeah, you have to do it. If not, you're gonna get crazy. And we don't want that.
I think that is another good point. And Alexia, I think we can call it a day there because I know that if I continue to try to push about the selfishness of self-care, which is inherently selfish because you're taking care of yourself and it has to do with yourself and it's about your ego, that we are just going to get totally lost.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about arguments to discuss with you.
Okay. If you want to do that, we can do that tomorrow and I will win. But until then, we will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye. Oi, pessoal! Obrigada por escutar mais um episódio do Inglês no Cru Rádio. Por agora, nós não estamos aceitando novos alunos para o Sound School. Mas, enquanto isso, tem umas coisinhas bem legais que vão te ajudar com seu inglês e que também vão apoiar esse podcast mais amado dos brasileiros. Nós acabamos de lançar um novo recurso chamado Friday Freebies. A cada sexta-feira, vamos mandar para você um novo recurso que criamos para te ajudar a melhorar cada vez mais o seu inglês e também algumas coisas bem engraçadas como o behind the scenes da gente. Então, para ficar por dentro disso tudo, é só acessar www.inglesnoicru.com/free, tá? Você também pode entrar na lista de espera do Sound School e também será o primeiro a saber quando as novas applications serão abertas. Você também pode deixar uma review pra gente, hein? Juro, isso ajuda muito, 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 muito. Tudo isso e mais um pouco no inglesnoicru.com. Então vai lá e, como sempre, keep up the good fight and lose well.